Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to today's class of Amar Ghare Amar School. I am Alvi Islam, your English instructor for today's class. Today we will read lesson 4 and 5 Traveling by Train from Unit 6 Lesson from the book English for Today of class 7. From this class we will learn two things. 1. How we can spend our leisure time when our exams are over. And 2. How it feels to have a train journey. Before beginning our lesson, let me ask you two questions. Have you ever traveled by train? If you have, when, where, with who, and why did you go? I have traveled by train a few times. Let me tell you about one time when I traveled by train. I went to Sylhet in Sri Mongol with my friends in 2016. I went there as a study tour. I went to Lawachara forest and I had to know some details about the forest as a part of my project. We started in the morning. We got on the train from the airport train station, and from there we went to the Sylhet. When we went to the city of Sylhet, we took a rickshaw and went to the forest. It was a beautiful experience. Not only the forest, but also the journey that I had in the train was also beautiful, and I created a memory which is worth remembering forever. Now let us hear an audio and answer few questions from the audio.
The school is closed for summer. Jishan and his younger sister Julie have finished their half-yearly exams. Now they have plenty of time to watch TV and chat to their friends online. They are getting bored staying indoors. Their parents have noticed this. So they have decided to give a wonderful surprise to the children. And when they announced it, Jishan and Julie could not believe it. They were going to see their grandparents in the village by train.
Take the best answer from the given options. Question 1. The school is closed for A. Winter, B. Summer, C. Autumn. The answer is summer. The school is closed for summer. Question 2. Julie is Jishan's dash sister. Option A, older. Option B, younger. Option C, cousin. The answer is younger. Julie is Jishan's younger sister. Question 3. Jishan and Julie have finished their dash exams. Option A, annual. Option B, first terminal. Option C, second terminal. The answer is first terminal. Jishan and Julie have finished their first terminal exams. Question 4. Jishan and Julie chat online. This means they talk to their friends dash. Option A, on the internet. Option B, on the telephone. Option C, in the classroom. The answer is on the internet. Jishan and Julie chat online. This means they talk to their friends on the internet. Question 5. Jishan and Julie are getting bored. The underlined words getting bored mean option A, making friends. Option B, becoming angry. Option C, feeling tired. The answer is feeling tired. Jishan and Julie are getting bored. The underlined words getting bored mean feeling tired. Question 6. Jishan and Julie are getting bored because option A, they are staying in the house. Option B, they are staying inside their closed room. Option C, they are busy talking to their friends. The answer is they are staying in the house. Jishan and Julie are getting bored because they are staying in the house. Question 7. What was the wonderful surprise to Jishan and Julie? Option A, their second term exams were over. Option B, they were going to see their grandparents. Option C, they did not like to go to the village. The answer is, they were going to see their grandparents. Now, write a paragraph about what you will do when your first term or second term examinations will be over. Let me help you in that process. When I was in school and I was done with my first term or second term exam, I was very tired because of all the stress I went through. Just like Julie and Jishan. If you remember the last audio that we heard, we could see that Julie and Jishan used to chat on the internet to each other all the time after their examinations were over. They got bored, they got tired, and they really had to do something. And finally, they went to see their grandparents. Just like them, I also used to go outside when my examinations were over. I went to see my grandparents. I took a boat ride to do that. It was a beautiful experience, and all the stress that I went through during my exams were all gone. And I was actually ready to start the next term. So I would say, if you are done with your first terminal or second terminal exam, you should also make a plan to go outside, to stay somewhere else for a few days with your family. Now there are 4 things where you can focus to write this paragraph. The first one is where to go, which means you'll have to decide a place where you will want to go after your first term or second term exams are over. You may want to go to your grandparents' place. You may want to go to your other relatives' place. You may want to visit your friends, or you may want to go to a picnic. The second one is with who you will go. You may go with your parents, you may go with your grandparents, or you may go with your siblings, or you can go with your entire family. The third point is the transportation. Now this is an important part because each transportation will give you a different experience. You may take a boat ride, you may take a train journey. Both of these will have its own effect on your journey. So you may take the boat ride and you'll have one experience. You may also take the train and it will give you another experience. But both of these are beautiful and you will love it. And the fourth point is how long you will stay. It can be a day-long tour, which means you will have to come back on the same day when you started from your house. It can take more than one day, or it can even take a week. It depends on where you are going and with who you are going. I hope now it will be easy for you to write your paragraph. And after you are done writing your paragraph, you can actually implement it in your real life. When your first term or second term exam will be over, you can go to the place with the people and with the transportations that you wrote in the paragraph. Now, let us start lesson 5. First of all, let us see few keywords from this lesson. The first word is departure. It means to depart or to start. For an example, suppose you are traveling from Dhaka to Chittagong. Now, when you'll be leaving Dhaka for Chittagong, it will be called that you are departing from Dhaka because you are starting from Dhaka. The second word is empty. Empty means vacant, which means there is nothing. For an example, an empty glass. It means there is no water or liquid in the glass. It's absolutely empty. The third word is print out. Suppose you write something in the computer and then you want to see that document in your hand. So what will you do? You will print them out. So print out means getting something printed so that you can have the documents or articles in your hands. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked through a window from a running train? And if you have, what did you see? Well, I have looked through a running train and I must say whatever I saw was very beautiful because I saw so many things. Sometimes I saw empty fields, sometimes I saw rivers. I saw farmers farming on their fields with their cattle. I even saw lots of birds. I saw villages and the village house. I saw the villagers and their livelihood within the shortest time that I could have when I was looking through the window of the train. It was absolutely beautiful. So I would say you also go through your memory and try to recall what you saw when you were traveling by a train through the window. Now, let us read a passage from the book which tells a train journey. Jishan, Julie, and their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Arif Khan, got into a first-class compartment at Kamalapur railway station. It was Devanganj-bound Tista Express. The train left at 8 o'clock. Jishan saw that the departure time on the big timetable at the station was 7:30. However, the train was running quite fast. The children sat by the window beside their parents. The compartment was half empty. Yesterday, Julie downloaded a beautiful poem on a train journey by Robert Louis Stevenson. She took a printout of the poem. Now, while looking out of the windows, she found similarities between the poem and real scenery. She took out the poem and began to read. Now, let me ask you a few questions from the passage that we just read. The first question is, were all the seats in the compartment taken? The answer is no. According to the passage, the compartment was half empty. That means only the half of the seats of the compartment were taken. Second question is, where did Jishan sit? The answer is, Jishan sat by the window besides his parents. Third question is, where was the train going? According to the name of the train from the passage that we read, the train was going to Devanganj because the name of the train was Devanganj bound Tista Express. From this, we can assume that the train was going to Devanganj. The fourth question is, did the train leave Kamalapur station late or on time? From the passage that we read, we can see that the train left the station at 8 o'clock. However, when Jishan looked the big timetable screen, he saw that the departure time of the train was 7:30. That means the train was supposed to start at 7:30, but it actually started at 8. That means the train was 30 minutes late. Next question is, where did Julie get the poem from? According to the passage, Julie downloaded the poem which was on a train journey. That means Julie actually got the poem from internet. The last question is, what was Julie doing from her seat? Well, from the passage we can see that Julie was sitting next to the window and she looked through the window from the train. Besides looking outside, Julie also took the poem in her hand and started reading it. She found that there are some similarities in the poem and the real life what Julie was witnessing from the train. Now, let us have a review on today's class. Today, we have read Lesson 4 and 5 of Unit 6, Laser. In this class, we saw that Julie and Jishan got bored after they were done with their exams. But as a surprise, they got to know that they were going to their grandparents' house. From this, we took this idea that when we will be done with our exams, we can go to our grandparents' house or any other relative's house. We can either have a boat journey or a train journey. And each journey will give us different experiences. So I hope that when you will be done with your examinations, you will be able to make good use of your leisure time. I also hope that you'll be able to make good use of your leisure time after you are done with your examinations. Dear students, stay healthy and stay well, follow the government's instruction and stay home. If you want to see this class again, follow the Facebook page and YouTube channel of Amar Ghore Amar School.